Well, oh, I have to admit, I'm a mess. I have to admit, there's one thing about living in this area. I was just looking at Bill Maher and it um on YouTube. Um, so I don't have TV, so no. But anyway, got the internet. Yay. And I was listening to one of the Republicans still trying to defend uh, their type of thinking when it comes to healthcare. They kept saying, "Do you want the government to tell you what to do? Wouldn't it be better if the state tells you what to do? Wouldn't it be better if we went along with what the doctor when it comes to our medical care, and the insurance uh, uh, by the state, like the state here in Tennessee, wouldn't work because it just wouldn't. Let me tell you, like when they had the flood here, and like this house was on like high ground, so it didn't flood. And I'll never forget that female policeman. She's standing on dry land on the sidewalk over here on the side of the house, screaming at me about to evacuate because they've been told to evacuate us. Okay, so I'm trying to talk to her, like, you're standing on dry land, pisses her off. Finally, she's like, "What are you gonna do? What's gonna make a fool like you leave her?" She's just going off. I'm a fool. I'm all this, that, and everything, but a child of God, right? So I'm looking at her. Well, what would make me leave here if when water runs uphill? Pissed the bitch out. They fucking harassed me for a long time. The really funny thing about it is that this black policeman and the black, every female has to be a whore. As soon as you develop titties and you start bleeding, they're gonna whore you out, right? You know, uh, uh, they'll do a Trump on the kid. Grab their pussies and all this stuff, and you know, and I guess the girl's supposed to stand there. Oh, I might get me a man. Ooh, who's gonna take care of me and I can be his property. And he can beat me like his mama beat him. Oh, what a wonderful life we'll have. Well, anyway, I got, like, I walk around here, I know a lot of people, and, like, I talk to them, platonic relationships. I'm not finding anybody that, it could, it's hard to find a person that got whooped that has ideas of not retaining around them getting upset, aggravated, and want to strike out on somebody because they had a fucked up day. I don't have time to deal with other people's issues. That's their problem, and you don't want to make it mine because I ain't gonna deal with it. So I don't think they get the attention they want that way. Because if you hit me, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. Um, and unfortunately, a lot of people, especially men that are used to whooping on their women and children, they grow up whooping on kids. They cannot take an ass whooping. I promise you that. But anyway, I'm gonna get. They gonna get a straight blade and a gun and everything else. But as long as they got you by 100 pounds and a foot, they think they're good, but they don't work that way. Well, necessarily, humans have ability to try to survive. And I don't know any female that they don't got that either. So a lot of these men are disillusioned. I don't know. Maybe they got that one female that they could kind of hook up with, but let them beat up off their ass. They should never let her go. But anyway, so this STD was going around, and like I took that red thing off. One of the reasons I had it up there is because it was like this time, and um I was coming back from somewhere. I think I went to lake walk. It was like 100 degrees outside, and it was like the coolest time was I went up to the gas station and, and wanted to get something, and a tomato paste or something I had to have. But anyway, when I came back, they were sitting over here, like so you pass by the car, and like they'll stop, and I go in the house, and I realized, right. So the next day, the next evening, I go out the back door, right, and go around, come up on them. I'm like, they're sitting there. They think they see me in the fucking house. They're just sitting there masturbating. The police have a bad problem. So anyway, right. So like and I don't really want to sign it, but I had to sign it again when I went to this thing because they're so crazy. They sign this thing if they find any drugs in your system, they could have the police investigate you. So which makes it very loose. Like that could be too much aspirin. You know what I'm saying? Don't you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what they're looking for me, but I'm very poor. And I don't know who the motherfucker is that can afford the drugs. It must be somebody else. So, but anyway, so I'm always hanging out with this one guy pretty much because uh even before he moved, it was convenient to have some. It's nice to have someone to walk with you that's walking, once in a while, and you know, uh, even though like I. I gotta walk a ways and then I'll go ahead and we'll finish walking up to the store, do whatever. And then I drop them off first, or they go to their house first because it's before they get to my, I'm down at the bottom of the last one, so I leave here by myself, like pick up, somebody I'm saying, like make arrangement, like hey, let's walk together, and then like the girl next door to him, Jackie. Oh, I wasn't gonna say names because this is a bad one. I, and then there's another girl, Marie. Right. Now I know that uh, that Marie was messing with one of the Jenkins boys, and plus she had an old man too. Yagi was living supposedly with. Well, I guess that was her brother. But she's sort of like she got a very pleasant face, and but anyway, and then there was Lucille. Anyway, the female I happen to know, right, will not be having sex behind none of them ever, 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 ever. Just because of the guys that they're with, just really. Anyway, so and well, let's just say out of there's like 5 females, four of them was actually having a sex with one of the cops. Anyway, they end up, and I'm only hearing with them by eavesdropping a little bit. They all have, because I'm not involved because I haven't had sex relationship. And it's good like when people think. But anyway, um, they 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 and so I don't know how sick they are. So I guess they all got better. But anyway, I'm at the Kroger's, and this undercover policewoman, she gets behind me, right? And she's all pissed off. I got diabetes. And I'm looking at her, and I'm like, now these fuckers gonna blame me for diabetes. Yeah, like that's their whole thing is like, it's your fault I got it. And she's like, I can't drink beer. And I'm like, oh, you probably don't like it. Try some wine. I can't drink wine. I said, well, try some juice. I can't drink juice. I'm like, why are you talking to me? It's like I'm just saying to like go away because she's all mad. I'm like, why are you talking to me? She stepped back like she wanted to fight me. That's why I don't like people that got whooped. Don't know, bitch don't know how to use a sentence. But anyway, come along with it. It's one policeman up here that was they had like it hit Horn Lake up here. They had the investigating policeman, like that was supposed to be like where they hanged out at. Nobody's supposed to know investigation policemen went there, except for they have to be seen by their actions. You know how kids that get whooped, they always looking for that type of attention, even if it's unconscious. They're always breaking something, doing something, uh, bullying somebody, harassing somebody, uh, looking for that negative type of attention that they got fucked up with love. Uh, but anyway, so he was dating a stripper, this other girl that Brooks, and he married, separated from his wife, right? So he gets an STD. They get an STD. It looks like she's pregnant, and I think it was on Fatal Attraction or something. So and he was a policeman right over here at the Ryan, whatever precinct, whatever that street is called. But anyway, and so like all these, because of all their actions around here, and then putting the dance girl in there, they got an STD that has, and like you have to think all STDs, even syphilis, it's really a parasite that lives off the different fluids. It lives off the fluids, and like in the syphilis case, I guess. Uh, and like one of the symptoms of somebody like that has symptoms is they become overly sexy. Like the brain is all about sex because this parasite enters your bones, your brain. It enters every cell that gets carried fluid to it by your blood because it enters through the semen. It likes that fluid type, and then it enters the blood system, and it enters your kidneys, your lungs, your liver, your bones, your brain, eyes. You become it could cause blindness. In like Bill Cosby. So anyway, right? So you have to think that all of these STDs is a parasite. Look at the swollen belly like they're pregnant, and so anyway, the girl, the dancer that I'm assuming probably gave it around to everybody else, and then except for like everybody else, like the people, they wouldn't got cured, like because it shows up. Whatever they had this time, it shows up like a pain in the side, like in 5 days. Because even the guy at the convenience store, because his wife was pregnant. But anyway, it was going around. So she thought she was pregnant, and then I think she realized she wasn't pregnant, but she already had like 5 kids. Uh, well, anyway, the undercover policeman ended up killing her, shot her at a convenience store like a ways from here, and he's ended up doing prison. So like that's the type of policeman we have to deal with around here, and that's the type of mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because like getting back to where they started hating me on that May 10 2000 and what was it 2010 when they had that big flood here. Was it May or March? Well, anyway, maybe. We'll just say May. Um, and like if somebody would have said that, well, when water runs uphill, I would think, oh, they think, oh, this bitch here, she's smart, Alec, bitch. I'd have been like, yeah, no, you're right. I'm standing on dry land. You know what I'm saying? I would have just went ahead and, took the reality and I'd have used fucking intelligence, no matter how whacked or misguided minds might be. I at least use it once in a while. They even that bitch. She was so mad because I said, when water runs uphill, because it just wasn't coming up this hill. Just some fact, and then she was gonna get mad. Somebody should took it up with God. But she said, pick it up. But anyway, they, what I'm saying, the whole time is like, then like pull you over when you have money because like, oh wow, we know you're a crackhead. I'm like, I'm getting all my motherfucking money back. And then like, for your birthday they'll steal the gate right in front of your fucking thing. Like that year they stole the gate, took some shit off my porch and shit like that. So and you gotta really watch some of these Christians and so I see like the Republicans like that. It's not like they want to use their common sense. They don't want to use the reality of the situation. They don't want to understand, like me, I live here, you know what I'm saying? Uh, I, I'm a grown ass, like they call the electric company out here, right? The electric company, man, he's standing on dry land, and he looking at me like it's my fault the bitch called him. You know, that's why I don't like people to get rid. Not my fault the bitch called him. If the bitch want to blame everybody for her actions, that means the bitch the mind don't break. Or her mind don't break. Her mind is broke. You know what I'm saying? She ain't using her common sense. And that, you know what I'm saying? She didn't flop out my pussy. You ain't never seen my shoes under your daddy's bed, so I don't got nothing to do with you. And how you was raised. Those first early fucking 4 years really fucked you up. But that's what we have to deal with. Now I see the whole. Oh my god, they so horrible. You know. That's what. But they're gonna talk about healthcare. If you have the state running it, you know we got people dropping dead left and right from you know what I'm saying, from going around and all they want to do is sit around, go to church on Sunday, or if they don't go to church, then we'll find out. Cause I can't wait till somebody asks me I went to church Sunday. I'm gonna go to this one. Probably be. I don't know if it's gonna be much of a half because it's getting ready to get hot. I'm like walking up there. Um, just not. I'm not gonna explain to them either. You know, either I don't feel like it because like sometimes I just think that it's best if they exercise their minds, and sometimes use a little common sense would go a lot longer. You know what I'm saying? The worst thing they ever did to the Christians ever did was start whooping their kids. That shit remind me of this old fucking pimp. I think they gotta rape all the kids before they 12. Well, anyway, that's another story. Let me go. I'm just so frustrated that the Republicans are still saying the same thing about their health care. When I'm looking around and I'm seeing people, you know, it's so much of their behavior has a lot to do with their health. And then if they don't have anybody that's being responsible, the government's not going to be responsible to help with the care. You know, it'd be like over here, you got so many other women on the, you know, women on dialysis. You know, never mind. Um, but the only thing that save me is because there's no way in their mind that they could even comprehend that a woman could be celibate, and they sure the hell can't comprehend my reasons behind. Because my reason have nothing to do. First of all, you know, I would just like to find a nice person that, I mean, a really nice, a nice human being that hasn't been so corrupted by the Jim Crow propaganda, you know, because racism and ignorance is a real disease. And, you know, like that old story, if everybody else is crazy and you're not, then you're the crazy one. And that's how I feel here, you know. And it's sad because, you know, uh, they go along and pass around the STD to try to get to somebody else. And that one person passing around ends up in prison after murdering some woman because he couldn't be a grown up and take care of his health problems. And I think that's more than what we have to do. We have to teach men to take care of their health problems and to understand the reality of healthcare is not for the government, it's not for the state, but each individual has their own unique uh, health issues that probably is different from even their own person in their family. So, and that's the reality of it, and that's why we have insurance. Is that because we are so versatile at even catching you know what I'm saying? You don't have to, you know, you can stand around. You don't have to get like an STD from having sex with just any old nasty person that you don't even know. But you could also just get it, you know, common cold. There's so many other things. God forbid an accident, you know, and to have her health insurance uh, insurance is a company, and we should be able uh, to go to the doctor, get health care, because we have, insurance, we pay into it. And I don't think it's what the insurance company wants. I think it's what is best for the community when and its health concerns. And um, the Republicans are just trying to make sure the insurance companies keep enriching themselves by giving the least amount of charity, if any. Anyway, the Republicans' idea is very harmful and very hateful. That's my point. And if you still don't think racism is an issue in the United States, then then you're gravely mistaken. Here I'm talking again for 20 minutes.